dearest mother. So thick is the smoke in this cellar that I can hardly see by a candle 12 inches away. It is a great life. There is no danger down here, or if any, you'll be well over before you read these lines. I hope you're as warm as I am, as serene in your room as I am here, and that you think of me never in bed as resignedly as I think of you always in bed. Ever, Wilfred.
The film we are planning to make is about the poet Wilfred Owen, 100 years after his tragic death in the Great War. We aim to tell the incredible story of a man whose words changed how we saw war forever. In order to rise to the challenge, our team went about extensive research. We could not ignore his formative years in the town of Birkenhead, which is only a 10-minute walk from Sinewave's northern office.
What we can show you is the environment that Wilfred Owen was living in. This is where Wilfred Owen would have walked backwards and forwards to school here on Whetstone Lane in Birkenhead. This would have actually influenced his outlook on life.
We followed the trail uphill and down dale, from Edinburgh across to France and Belgium, where he eventually lost his life only a week before the bells rang out for armistice. This cellar is the place where he wrote his final letter to his mother Susan, as you saw in our representation earlier, and here is the now tranquil canal where he fell.
Ever since then, we've just been researching non-stop, looking through various biographies about Wilfred Owen, and it's just a fascinating subject. It was just naturally an enthralling final year of a young man's life. By the time he was 25, he'd met people like Siegfried Sassoon, Charles Scott Moncrieff, Robert Graves, and that year of experience was unlike anything I've ever read before.
You see his intelligence, you see his brilliant mind working straight away, and I think that's part of the genius of the whole film. It gives you in such a short space of time, it gives you such a good insight into the characters and into their minds.
I mean, I really love his work, and I think more people should study it and read about it. And I think this film hopefully will be a really nice way and a really good way to kind of see the story of his life and how we should remember him.
100 years on after Wilfred Owen died, there has to be some kind of documentation that does justice to the man's life.
You should know exactly where our money will be invested. But let us give you a breakdown. E&O insurance and rating, payment for both cast and crew, travel, food and accommodation, digital storage for the stunning 4K capability of the Ursa cinema camera, location fees, submission fees for major festivals. For these essentials, we will need at least £15,000 in order to tell this story as it ought to be told. Release will bear in mind the armistice commemorations of 2018 and 100 years since his death. Do visit our website and also see our Facebook page for updates. A contribution, however large or small, is appreciated and will go towards the definitive story of how one of the most important voices came to be. Thank you so much for your consideration.